Okay, so today we're going to begin our unit on how to write an argumentative essay. Who can tell me what an argumentative essay is? Kristen?
Isn't it like a persuasive essay where you're trying to say something or prove a point?
Right, exactly. Now, when do you think we might need to write an argumentative essay? Does anyone know? No? Okay, well, we're going to need to start getting really good at writing argumentative essays because we're going to need them in social studies and we're going to need them in English. And we really need to start practicing this because the more persuasive we become in our writing, the more persuasive we'll become in our speech. And that way, it's going to be really important when you're applying for college and when you are doing stuff like that. So very important. Now, the backbone of an argumentative essay is the thesis. Can someone tell me what a thesis is? Aaron?
Your overall point.
Right, exactly. It's the point that you're trying to make. It's your overall goal of the whole point of writing the essay in the first place. And so, a thesis, let's say my thesis for my argumentative essay is students at Breakthrough Philly need 15 more minutes of recess. That's my argument. What do you think of that?
Why do they need it?
Exactly. My reader could ask, okay, that's good, but why, so what, who cares? Now, when we're writing in our argumentative essay, we want to try to minimize that as much as possible. We want to hook our reader in so that they don't ask that as much as possible. So let's say I revise my thesis to students at Breakthrough Philly need 15 more minutes of boss time in order to ensure that they have blown off enough steam to focus more in class. Now that is more persuasive and more convincing, right? Mm-hmm. So imagine that I'm a fisherman, okay? And my casting statement when I cast out my rod is students need 15 more minutes of boss time. And then the hook is in order to ensure that they are blown off enough steam to focus more in class. That's a hook, right? That's the hook. And so that's what we really need to focus on. So what I want you guys to do for homework is that when you go home, I want you to look for an opinion editorial, an op-ed in a newspaper or online, and I want you to print out that article, and I want you to bring it to class, and I want you to highlight or underline what you think the thesis is. And then in the paragraphs following the introduction paragraph, I want you to underline or highlight the points that the author makes in the opinion editorial that supports the thesis at the top. So you can find an opinion editorial in the Philadelphia Inquirer or the New York Times, something like that. Now, the other part of what I want you to do for homework is I want you to think of 5 things that you want to change. I want you to think of a law that you think is stupid that you want to change. Or, something you want to change with your parents, like you want to stay up like 30 minutes later. What I want you to do is come up with 5 things you'd like to see change, and I want you to bring in 5 theses that you're going to bring into class, and we'll work on them with each other tomorrow in class. Okay? Okay, so let's do the chant, okay? Okay. Follow me. T-H-E S-I-S This is our argument. We must learn. We must grow. In order to show what we know. Okay, good job.